The next major endurance race is an event that takes place on one of the most iconic racing circuits in the world, the Circuit des Spa-Francorchamps. This race is one of the few endurance races that last a total of 24 hours long, and it's an event where every car can battle for overall victory. This video depicts everything you need to know when it comes to this historic event. So this is the 24 Hours of Spa explained. The 24 Hours of Spa is a classic motor racing event, and in fact, it's one of the oldest endurance races that is still present in the world today. More on that fact later on though. Now, obviously this event takes place at the Spa-Francorchamps circuit, which is regarded as a legendary race course. The circuit was opened in 1921 and has had many changes over the years, but still remains that classic race course that is famed across the motorsport world. Situated in the Ardennes forest near the town of Spa, the circuit has 19 turns that make up the 4.3 mile track, which is the equivalent to around 7 kilometers in length. The circuit is famous for the tricky uphill section of the Rouge and Raidillon, which sees a very big elevation change. Considering this track has a lot of value and that we will see cars race for 24 hours straight, it's no wonder why this event is so special. Now you might be wondering, what types of cars will be on track? Well, interestingly, the more recent 24 Hours of Spa races only feature one kind of race car, but there are definitely quite a few of them racing. The 24 Hours of Spa is a GT only event, meaning prototypes such as the LMH and LMDH or LMP2 cars, for instance, will not be racing in this event. Cars using the GT3 regulations will be the only types of machines present. Therefore, the multi-class racing element that we are used to seeing at the 24 Hours of Le Mans or Nürburgring, for example, will not be necessarily present. However, because it's only GT3 cars racing, this means a new factor that we don't see at the events I just mentioned, for example, will be in effect here at Spa. This factor is that the 60 or more cars competing will all have an opportunity to win this race overall. Let's talk about the classes now. Because GT3 cars are the only entries present, this means that the classes aren't really defined by the different varieties of cars. Instead, the categories are defined by driver ratings. There are 5 categories at the 24 Hours of Spa, including Pro, Gold, Silver, Bronze, and Pro-Am. Interestingly, the cars that are competing at this event also are appearing in other big endurance races, such as the 24 Hours of Le Mans. This includes cars such as the Porsche 911 GT3, the Ford Mustang GT3, the BMW M4 GT3, and so on. However, out of all the big 24-hour endurance races, the 24 Hours of Spa has the biggest gathering of GT3 race cars. Spa's 24-hour endurance race also has a big gathering of prestigious car manufacturers that are very successful across motorsport. This includes brands such as Porsche, Ferrari, Lamborghini, Ford, Mercedes, McLaren, and so on. Out of all the car manufacturers that have competed at this event though, one brand has dominated above the rest and consistently won, and that is the German car brand BMW, who has taken 25 wins so far at the 24 Hours of Spa. BMW's first win was secured in 1965, and their most recent to date in 2023, thanks to the wonderful team at Rowe Racing and their drivers Nick Yaloli, Philip Een, and Marco Wittmann. Now, considering that BMW has won this event 25 times so far, this achievement speaks of the longevity of the 24 Hours of Spa. In fact, it's one of the oldest endurance races that still exists today. The first ever 24 Hours of Spa happened all the way back in 1924, a year after the foundation of the iconic 24 Hours of Le Mans. Now, I already mentioned that BMW is the most successful manufacturer, but as for the most successful driver, that is Belgian racer Eric van der Poel, who has taken 5 wins at the 24 Hours of Spa, with his most recent coming in 2008. Also, because this event was established in 1924, the 2024 edition of this race will mark the centenary edition of this event, with it taking place for 100 years. Another important factor to remember is that the weather could change the outcome of this event. Like other 24-hour endurance races such as Nürburgring and Le Mans, the weather is something to keep an eye on. Spa-Francorchamps, as well as the Ardennes forest around it, is used to getting a lot of rain, and combined with the difficulty of this circuit, as well as the nighttime hours, this could make the race very intense, exciting, and dangerous. Now, considering all the factors which make the 24 Hours of Spa so special, the team's strategy will be absolutely critical to get right in a race with such magnitude as this Belgian endurance race. When it comes to winning this race, it's not just about the racer and strategy though, because the driver must have a very strong team behind them in order to achieve a successful result. Having a team that can perform quick and consistent pit stops as well as fix issues and so on is valuable to the continuation of that entry in the race. Now, as I'm sure you can imagine, considering there are so many GT3 cars in this event, that means there are quite a few drivers participating in the endurance race, and we could see up to 4 racers per car. Each driver, of course, takes turns piloting the entry, and their stints can last just over an hour long. This race features so many successful and talented racers across the world of motorsport. For example, in 2024, the number 46 Team WRT BMW features a skilled lineup of Maxime Martin, Raffaele Marciello, as well as the legend himself, 7-time MotoGP champion Valentino Rossi. It's also very important to know that the 24 Hours of Spa is a part of 2 larger championships, organized by the SRO Group. These series include the Fanatec GT World Challenge Europe powered by AWS and the Intercontinental GT Challenge. For the GT World Challenge Europe, the 24 Hours of Spa is listed as round 4 of this 2024 season, with rounds already taking place at Paul Ricard in France, Brands Hatch in Britain, and Misano in Italy. As for the 2024 season of the Intercontinental GT Challenge, the 24 Hours of Spa is listed as round 3. Another really cool thing about the 24 Hours of Spa is that the races are broadcasted live on YouTube. The best place to watch this live will be on the GT World channel. I'll put a link to that in the description down below so you can watch the 24 Hours of Spa races live. So that concludes the breakdown of this classic Belgian endurance race, the 24 Hours of Spa. What do you think about this event? Is it up there as one of the most iconic 24-hour endurance races out there? Well, let me know all your thoughts on this race down in the comments. Thanks for watching. For more content on endurance racing such as the WEC and IMSA, consider subscribing if you haven't already. On screen, you'll find some suggested videos to watch next. For now though, that's it for me. You'll hear from me next in the following video.